Hello everyone, today we are going to discuss about alkylating agents. In this lecture we will discuss about classification, mechanism of action and structure activity relationships of alkylating agents. So coming to the classification, alkylating agents can be subclassified as nitrogen mustards, and the drugs are the mechlorethamine, cyclophosphamide, ifosfamide, melphalan and chlorambucil. These are the structures. The mechlorethamine, it is the aliphatic nitrogen mustard. We can say that it is the first nitrogen mustard and it is highly reactive, and hence it is limited in use nowadays. Nowadays only aromatic nitrogen mustards are more in use because they are more stable in nature. Like melphalan. Melphalan, it is phenylalanine. It is the phenylalanine, and this is the bis 2-chloroethyl. This is bis chloroethyl group in the melphalan. The next is the chlorambucil, and in chlorambucil the amino phenyl butyric acid, and this is the bis 2-chloroethyl. So this bis 2-chloroethyl group, the bis 2-chloroethyl group in the mechlorethamine, this is the bis 2-chloroethyl group in the chlorambucil, this is the bis 2-chloroethyl group in the melphalan. This group is important for the activity. And mechlorethamine is the aliphatic nitrogen mustard, and the chlorambucil and the melphalan are the aromatic nitrogen mustards, and the aromatic nitrogen mustards are more stable in nature. The phenyl groups in the melphalan and the chlorambucil gives stability to the molecules and supposed to form the aziridinium ion. This ion we will discuss further in the structure activity relationship. This is the cyclophosphamide and the ifosfamide, and both of these drugs are available in the form of prodrugs, and these are inactive because of these ox, Aja means nitrogen, and phosphorine. This is the ox-Aja phosphorine ring, and because of this ox-Aja phosphorine ring, the cyclophosphamide and the ifosfamide are inactive in nature and they are used as a prodrug. The next category is ethylenimines, and the drug is thiotepa and hexamethylmelamine. This is the structure for thiotepa, in which there is ethylenimine. This is the ethylenimine. So because of this ethylenimine, both of these drugs comes in the category of ethylenimines. This is hexamethylamine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. This is hexamethylamines. The next category is alkyl sulphonate, and the drug is busulfan. This is the structure for busulfan, in which this is the alkyl chain, and both of these are the sulphonate group. So this is the structure for busulfan. The next category is Nitrosourea, and the drugs are the carmustine, lomustine and streptozocin. There is a nitroso group attached to the nitrogen of the urea. So this is called as nitrosourea, and the nitrosourea get deprotonated, and after deprotonation it gets converted to an anion, which is further decomposed and will further give the mechanism of action. So it is nitrosourea because of this. In lomustine also, because of this nitroso group attached to the nitrogen of the urea. And in carmustine there is substitution of both the nitrogen. Both of this nitrogen is substituted with 2-chloroethyl moiety. This is chloroethyl. This is chloroethyl. So both of the nitrogen is substituted with 2-chloroethyl moiety, and in lomustine there is 1-chloroethyl moiety. So this is the structure for nitrosourea. The next category is triazines, and the triazines are the class of the nitrogen containing 6-membered heterocyclic compounds, and it is derived from benzene by the replacement of 3 CH group by 3 nitrogen atom. So here in the structure of thiamozolamide you can clearly see the triazine ring in which there is substitution of 3 nitrogens. So these are the triazines. Now coming to the mechanism of action. Alkylating agents involve reaction with the guanine in the DNA. These drugs add methyl or the other alkyl group onto the molecule where they do not belong. This in turn inhibits their correct utilization by base pairing and causes a miscoding of DNA. So if we discuss about the step-by-step mechanism, then it contains a chemical groups that can form covalent bonds with a particular nucleophilic substances in the cell, produce highly reactive carbonium ion intermediates, forms covalent bond with the electron donors like amine, hydroxyl and sulfhydryl groups. Alkylating agents are bifunctional, that is they have 2 alkylating groups, as we have already discussed that these 2 chloroethyl groups are present in each structure and it is important for activity. The nitrogen at position 7, that is N7 of the guanine, being strongly nucleophilic, is probably the main molecular target for alkylation in DNA. The N1 and N3 of adenine and N3 of cytosine may also be affected. Being bifunctional, they can cause intra or inter-chain cross-linking and abnormal base pairing or chain scission. Interferes not only with the transcription but also with the replication process. The main impact is seen during replication, that is in S phase, and when some zones of the DNA are unpaired and the more susceptible to alkylation. Results in a block at G2 and subsequent apoptotic cell death. So this is the mechanism of action, and this is the figure for mechanism of action, and this figure which will help to understand more the mechanism of action. This is the double stranded DNA, and the bifunctional alkylating agents can cause intra-strand linking and the cross linking. And if we see chemically, then this type of reaction will take place in which the DNA is alkylated at guanine, nitrogen at position 7, and this is the nitrogen mustard. This is the nitrogen mustard in which chlorine is a leaving group, and after leaving chlorine it produces a carbonium ion intermediate which form a covalent bond with the N7 of the guanine. So this is the figure for the mechanism of action. Now coming to the structure activity relationship. As we have already discussed, the first and important point is that the bis 2 chloroethyl group is essential for the activity. This is the structure for 2 chloroethyl group. This is the structure for bis 2 chloroethyl group, and this is very much essential for the activity, and this structure is present in almost all the drugs, and it is responsible for the formation of aziridine cation that alkylates the DNA. So this is responsible for the formation of aziridine cation, and this can alkylate the DNA, which is responsible for the mechanism of action. The third and important point of structure activity relationship is that the aliphatic nitrogen mustard mechlorethamine, it is the first nitrogen mustard and is having extremely high reactivity and limited in use nowadays. The next point for structure activity relationship is that later melphalan and chlorambucil were developed that have phenylalanine, as we have already discussed. This is the phenyl and this is the alanine group, and in chlorambucil aminophenyl butyric acid, this is the aminophenyl butyric acid structures are present respectively. And the important point is that the binding to amino acids, that is phenylalanine in melphalan, and the substituted phenyl group, that is the substituted phenyl group in chlorambucil, will allow the oral route availability of these drugs. In addition, the presence of aromatic rings maintains the molecule more stable, enabling a better distribution of the drug throughout the body before forming the cation. The next important point is that the next drug is bendamustine, and bendamustine is another mustard which has a bench-imidazole ring, and that provides a stability to the molecule. This bench-imidazole ring will provide stability to the molecule, and a local and a faster action is observed with a shorter half-life. So bendamustine is also an important drug of this category. The next important point is that prodrugs cyclophosphamide and ifosfamide are prodrugs because of this ox-azaphosphorine ring. This is ox, aza means nitrogen, and phosphorine. This is the ox-azaphosphorine ring, and because of this ring the cyclophosphamide and the ifosfamide are present in the form of prodrugs. They becomes active in the body. The next and important point of structure activity relationship is that nitrogen mustards agents requires an electronegative group in their structure, as we are already observing a presence of chlorine in all of the structure, and this electronegative group is important for the activity because they can induce poles in the molecules and the electron acceptor group as nitrogen, so that the formation of ions able to alkylate DNA and proteins occurs. So this is all about the structure activity relationship. So this is all about the classification, mechanism of action, structure activity relationship of alkylating agents. Thank you for watching.